I'm Willie.
And hey, I'm John.
And we are the hosts of Grow, Cook, Eat.
And today we're eating turnips.
I'm going to show you how to grow turnips, and then we're going to make some braised turnip greens.
I'll keep an open mind on this one.
Yeah, you like turnips. I've fed them to you before.
All right, bring it.
All right. Turnips are a great vegetable to grow because you get two crops out of it. You get the roots and the greens, and you can harvest the greens at the baby green stage or when they're larger and more mature like these. It only takes about 2 months to go from seed till you're starting to pull up your first roots, even less time if you want to start harvesting greens. So today I'm gonna plant some mustard greens, and as you can see they have pretty small seeds. So I'm gonna sow them in a row here next to the turnips. Once they sprout, I'm gonna go back through and thin out the ones I don't need. Then go ahead and just at first water them in with some water from the watering can. This helps settle the seed into the soil. And then after you do that, you can go back over and just sift a really fine layer of soil over the top. Because the seed's small, you don't wanna cover it up too deeply or it'll have trouble germinating. And then go back over it again with the water. Once you've gotten that seed wet, you need to keep it moist until it germinates. If it dries out, the seeds won't germinate. I'm gonna harvest some leaves now. You can just go ahead and pinch off the leaves that are on the outer sides. You can also just go ahead and pull up the whole root. So I've got some baby roots right here that you can see. And then you can just twist off the root and save them for later and go ahead and eat the greens. So I'm gonna harvest a few more roots here because I need quite a bit of greens for the recipe we're cooking up tonight. Braising greens is super simple. I'm gonna start out by heating up some olive oil and then sauteing some garlic and onions. So I'm just gonna turn on the stove to a medium-high flame and then pour in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna let that olive oil heat up. Now that the olive oil is shimmering a little bit, I'm gonna put in 1 plump garlic clove that I've minced up. And I'm just gonna stir it around here in the olive oil until it kind of releases its fragrance and starts to soften up a little bit. And I'm gonna add in a 1/2 cup of chopped onion. Usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes for the onions to soften up. Okay, the onion's looking pretty good to go. So John's been getting the greens ready, so we're gonna go ahead and put them in. We're just gonna cook the greens a little bit until they start to wilt. Then you're gonna go ahead and add the liquid into the pan. So today for the braising liquid, I am using a 1/2 cup of vegetable broth, though you could definitely use chicken broth too. And then for a little bit of extra flavor, I'm also gonna add in a 1/4 cup of a dry white wine. Once you get the liquid in, just go ahead and give the greens a stir, and then you're gonna put a lid over the pan, turn the heat down to medium-low, and set your timer for 10 minutes. And we're just gonna let the greens slowly cook in the liquid so that they get really tender. You wanna check on them a couple times to make sure they're not sticking. If they are, you can add in a couple tablespoons of water. So once the greens have been cooking for about 10 minutes, they'll be really tender. And as you can see, there's still some liquid in there, but the greens absorbed a lot of that liquid. And what I'm gonna do is just turn up the heat to medium-high again and just cook off any of this extra liquid. So once most of that extra liquid is cooked off, then to finish off the flavor, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar and then a pinch of salt. And then the greens are ready to go. Okay, time for dinner. I'm hungry.
All right, here's yours.
Oh, thanks.
Just dump them on.
Okay. In the greens I use wine and broth, vegetable broth, but you could use chicken broth, you could use apple cider to help them cook down. It's a really easy recipe to change up and use with whatever you have on hand.
Well, those are surprisingly tender.
Yeah, braising is a great technique, and you can use any green really. So Swiss chard, kale, they all braise really well. Well, we hope that you'll stop back again soon and watch some more episodes of Grow, Cook, Eat. Later on in the summer, we're going to be talking about tomatoes and eggplants and some other warm season crops.
And keep those comments coming. We really appreciate them.